Hey guys, Holly Haven here.
And I'm Andy Haven.
And we are your Haven Home team, your no filter real estate team here for North Texas. So we are coming today with the market update.
Yeah, so we are here with the March market update.
No.
The May market update. I am a few M's behind. So basically we take all of the numbers from April and we predict what is likely to happen in May based on the April numbers. And it kind of gives us an overview of what to expect and what happened the month prior. So we are going to jump right into Dallas. The average list price in Dallas is actually the highest it has been since any of our market updates. So over a year and 3 months.
We went back it's like 17 months worth of data that we've been doing these market updates consistently, and this is the highest it's been at all.
Yeah, so the average list price in city of Dallas is $813,000. This is huge. This means that a lot of the big Dallas proper homes are most likely selling. A lot of these properties are being listed at a higher price. There might be some more flips in some lower income areas that are being gentrified. Just how Dallas is. There's a lot of different areas in Dallas is kind of hard for us to get a full view because it is so large and there are so many different types of properties within Dallas. But as we see it rise, that's how we kind of predict that there's a lot of flips going on. Maybe some of the bigger homes are being listed. So sales price to list price ratio, we're at 99%, which is amazing considering that our average list price went up. That just means that although our list prices are going up, people are still willing to purchase homes for that price in Dallas. So pretty cool. Days to sell are down a little bit. We're at 39 days, still under 40, nothing too crazy there. Number of new listings, we are up at 1,700 this month. For our expired listings, we went down at 1,129 this month. And then months of inventory, we're at 3. So we lost a little bit of inventory. People are buying up the homes for 99% of the list price. So pretty cool.
Yep, so when we see that months of inventory go down, that tells us that we have more buyers pushing into the market and fewer listings.
Yeah.
That's the reason we track that number, because that tells us we are probably gonna see this trend push into the next few months. As we get into the summer, that is kind of our normal trend where we see, a little bit of an imbalance with buyers and sellers. And as we expect interest rates to continue to tick down at least a little bit over the next few months, we are hopeful that they're really going to come down Q4. So we're looking like we're in a really strong market right now as it looks for City of Dallas. So let's go into, where are we here? Is that
we're at Frisco?
Frisco, average list price for Frisco was $914,000, which is the highest it's been. Yeah, same thing, guys, in the last 17 months. So do the math on that. If you're reading mass headlines about real estate, you're gonna see that the market's down and prices are crashing. That is not what we're feeling in North Texas. So we just like to do these updates so you guys can really see what's happening here locally. That $914,000 also came with 100% sales to list price ratio, which means, right, maybe somebody got it a little lower and somebody paid a little more. So we are right at market value. If you think you're gonna come in and make a big lowball offer because you've been reading those national headlines, that's not likely for most of the homes on the market. So we really want our buyers to just feel really educated and know what they're walking into when we go to make offers. Days to sell is down 27 days on the market. That's a super, super fast sell, guys. This is not quite COVID, but this is definitely putting us in that fast-paced market. 397 new listings with 160 expired listings. So that's good news. We're seeing some new inventory come on the market. And the people that are expiring are those that are either not the best listings or they are overpriced for what they're offering. And then again, 3 months of inventory, which has been pretty steady in Frisco for a while.
Yeah, so as we move on to Prosper, this is crazy. Every time I see this number, I'm in shock. Ever since October of last year, Prosper has been at an all-time high for the average list price, but we are back over $1 million for average list price. We're at $1,019,000 in the city of Prosper. Sales price to list price ratio went down just a little bit. We're at 97.4%, which is still great. Anything over 95% is incredible. For days to sell, we're up to 57. Nothing crazy. The thing with Prosper and Celina is we have a lot of new builds, which typically bring up our days to sell. There's a lot of outliers that sit. Builders will list a single property that is actually 5 or 6 properties and never take that listing off the market. So it'll say 180, but it's not actually 180. So there's that. And the number of new listings is up to 143. Expired listings down to 78, which is great. We like to see less expired listings, especially moving into the summer. Months of inventory staying consistently at 4 months, which again, when we look at 3 and 4 months, when you're like, wow, Dallas is only down at 3, Dallas has a much larger population. So 3 is probably our 4.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. and again, we didn't give that full caveat of Prosper and Celina have a lot of new construction, which means our average list to sell price is a little bit lower than some of these other areas because we have builders who will give incentives. Yep. They will take a little bit less, right? They list at the top of market and then they'll sell a little lower. They have some upgrade incentives. So that's when we see these numbers a little bit different in Prosper and Celina. So in Celina, we were at $777,000 average list price, which is down a little bit, but we are still right in the range of what we've been seeing for the last 15 to 17 months in Celina. The sell to list price ratio was 97.8%. Again, just explained that a lot of that is those builder incentives that we're seeing. Days to sell up just a little bit to 50 days, still very much in line with what we would call a buyer's market. Anything under 6 months is what we really call a buyer's market, but we feel that this North Texas area, we usually stay somewhere around 3 to 4 months of inventory when we are in what we call a balanced market in North Texas. So anything at 50 days is a great fast-paced market. 218 new listings with 107 expired listings and 4 months on the market, just like we've been seeing for a little while here. So these numbers are really, really strong. And I think you'll agree that we do feel like this is pushing us into a pretty fast-paced summer market, which might even be a little uncommon because our spring is usually our big pop. And we felt a slower start to the spring this year, and we are feeling more movement right now as we move into the end of May and into June.
Well, and we're feeling a very consistent market right now. People are still buying and selling. It's not the push that COVID had where it's like, I need to buy, I need to sell right this second. But I do think we were going to have a later season into fall. I think past August, September, October, we are still going to see a lot of people buying and selling because we do think the interest rates are going to come down just a little bit in the third to fourth quarter. So that is something that we're kind of watching out for. If you see a house, don't wait. We've had a lot of clients recently, they're like, I love this house, let me do some research. Well, 3 weeks of research means that house at 180 days on market, probably gonna sell in those 3 weeks because that's just the luck we're having right now. So if that's something.
And that's interesting because the house we're actually standing in right now is a house we have under contract. We're closing this week with some buyers. And this home was on the market over 100 days. We made an offer with our buyer, and before the weekend was out, they had multiple offers, and suddenly we were competing on a home that felt like it had been sitting, and that's been something we've run into a few times lately.
And this is not a new build.
Yeah.
This is a construction home that's been, I think, a year and a half, 2 years old.
2 years old.
Great neighborhood. Everything in the neighborhood was flying off the shelves. This one was maybe just priced a little bit too high, but then it is funny that literally the day we put in an offer, they're like, oh yeah, we have another one, and I'm like,
Yeah, so this is happening a lot. And the reason we want to mention that is we want our buyers to know if you found the house that you love, don't sit around and wait because guess what? It's a great house. If you love it, somebody else probably does too. And we do have buyers getting off of the bench right now that have just been waiting out the spring market, trying to see what interest rates are going to do. So our advice is let's get you fully approved with a lender. Let's find out what you're comfortable on your payment. Let's get you into a house and help you guys build equity over the long term. Yeah,
and the other thing I do just want to remind everyone that if you find a house that's a good deal, there's probably a reason it's a good deal. So I just want to mention that the market is not crashing. We are not seeing a decline in prices. So if you're seeing a major decline in price, they're either very motivated to sell, which is absolutely fantastic, or there's something wrong with the property. So just keep that in mind, and that's something that we can help you look through and investigate.
Yep, and that's the reason that you hire professional local realtors that have your best interest at heart, because guys, we want you to sell your house for the most money, and we want you to buy it for the least amount of money. We want you guys to walk in and be so happy at closing that it's a win-win situation. So let us help you out. Let us be a resource for you. And you can drop comments below, ask us questions, reach out to us. You can find us on all social medias at Haven Home Team. And make sure you like, subscribe, and follow along with us each week or so that we drop a video.
If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. We will see you in the next video.
Bye, guys.